Join me as I bake up a batch of Butterscotch Sasquatch cookies. Old-fashioned gingerbread cookies topped with butterscotch and chocolate. In a mixing bowl, add 1 stick of softened unsalted butter and 1/2 cup granulated sugar. Mix on medium speed until well combined. Blend in 1 large egg. Add a 1/2 cup of molasses. I'm using my new KitchenAid cordless hand mixer today, and I'm really impressed with the low speed setting. I've used a lot of different hand mixers over the years, and this is one of the only ones that has a true low speed setting. Add 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and for the spices we have 2 teaspoons of ginger, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. If you don't have allspice, you could use cloves or just add a little extra cinnamon. And another thing I love about this hand mixer, even on high speed, everything stays in the bowl. It keeps everything neat and tidy, and there's no flour flying all over the kitchen. This is by far my favorite hand mixer. I'll leave a link in the description below and you can check it out. Scrape the sides of your bowl to make sure all the flour is mixed in. Spoon the dough onto some plastic wrap and we'll press it into a disc about 1 inch thick. The dough needs to chill for about 2 hours in the refrigerator or overnight. Or if you're in a hurry, you could quick chill in the freezer for about 20 to 30 minutes. While the dough chills, make some chocolate curls for the faux fur using a carrot peeler. If you don't have chocolate bars, you could use chocolate sprinkles, or if these are for a party, try using birthday sprinkles. Just get creative and have fun with it. I'm using dark chocolate, but you could use milk chocolate or bittersweet chocolate, just anything you like. I also used a grater for half of the chocolate to give a little bit of a texture change. After the dough chills, lightly flour your work surface and get rolling. You'll want to roll the dough to about 1/3 of an inch thick. I'm using the cutest Sasquatch cookie cutter I found on Amazon, and it's a little over 4 inches tall, so you'll get a baker's dozen with this batch. You can find links in the description for everything I'm using today. Check the bottoms of your cookies for excess flour and lightly brush it away. Gather your scraps, gently press together, and continue the process. Bake in a preheated 375-degree oven for around 12 minutes. Baking time can vary depending on your oven. These smell so good while they're baking. You've got to try this recipe. While the cookies are cooling, make the butterscotch topping. Start with 11 ounces of butterscotch chips over a double boiler. Add 2 1/4 teaspoons of vegetable oil to the chips. It takes a few minutes for everything to melt, but just keep stirring. You can also melt the butterscotch in a microwave, but be careful not to overheat. Overheating can cause it to thicken too much. Gently press the cookies into the butterscotch and shake away any excess. Keep in mind, these are supposed to look a little rustic. A little roughness is okay, and some drizzles around the edge are fine. This all adds to the individual character of each Sasquatch. After dipping, shake the cookie a little bit and it'll smooth out the top surface. You'll want to stir and mound the butterscotch in the middle of the bowl. It'll make dipping a little easier. Sprinkle chocolate curls on top, leaving a little blank space for the face, hands, and feet. Make sure to add the chocolate curls after dipping each cookie one by one, because the butterscotch firms up as it cools. If you wait too long, the curls won't stick. The combination of butterscotch, gingerbread, and chocolate is a really good balance of flavors. It's not too sweet, and they're a little soft in the middle. If you're not a fan of butterscotch, you could try using peanut butter chips or milk chocolate for the topping. And if gingerbread's not your thing, you could always use sugar cookie dough instead. You can make these ahead of time if you need to. This recipe will stay fresh for a few days. These would also be good to make around the holidays. You could make a whole gingerbread family or use any shape cookie cutter you want. It's all in the eyes. That's what really brings these cookies to life. I'm using flat white confetti sprinkles for the eyes, and I'll be using an edible marker to draw on the details. Using a toothpick, you can press up on each sprinkle to create a little eyebrow above each eye. You'll want to let the butterscotch firm up all the way before adding the final touch to the eyes. You can also use tiny candy pearls for eyes, or you can buy pre-made eyes and just put those on with a little dot of butterscotch underneath. And now it's time for the toes. Place a little bit of melted butterscotch in an icing bag or a little baggie, snip the end off, and pipe little toes all around each foot. You could add some claws on the hands if you wanted to, but I really think the toes are enough. By the time you finish this step, the butterscotch should be firm enough to add the details to the eyes. I'm using an edible ink food marker for the eyes, but if you don't have one of those, you could melt a little dark chocolate and dot it on with a toothpick. Try to snap a picture before they're all gone, but you know, as the legend goes, you've got to be quick. For printable recipes and more, check out my website at doublestopbakeshop.com. I hope you'll try this recipe and let me know what you'd like to see next. Share this recipe with your friends, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.